Are these the most addictive rice balls in Japan? Hi, I'm Scott. So I'm reviewing 3 rice ball products from Lawson convenience store here in Japan, and they're from their addictive series. Now there's actually a warning, it's kind of a joke warning, on each of the packages which says, you see at the top there in yellow writing, it says, Yamitsuki Chui. So this means warning, these products can be addictive. Well, let's start off with the first one. So we're going to start off with a spicy corn and tuna mayonnaise. So this is supposed to be pretty spicy. I wonder if I'm going to get addicted to it. So down here, there's actually a little warning too. It says, be careful because this could be a little bit spicy for some people. So if you're not really a big fan of spicy products, maybe you should avoid this one. But basically in Japanese food, nothing is really all that spicy. So let's see how Lawson are actually describing this on their website. They say, addictive gochujang and sesame oil, spicy tuna, corn and mayo mixed with a spicy sauce wrapped in flavorful rice infused with the irresistible aroma of gochujang and sesame oil and topped off with deliciously seasoned seaweed. Well, that sounds pretty amazing to me. So let's just crack it open. I'll do it this way so you can see. Like this. So you can smell the sesame. So you can really smell the gochujang, which is like the spicy chili paste from Korean food. It really does smell good. So inside it is got the spicy corn and the tuna mayonnaise, which is also supposed to be quite spicy as well. So let's just go straight in with the first bite. Oh. Whew. No, I thought this was not going to be all that spicy, but it does have its Korean influence with the gochujang spicy paste. It's actually quite spicy. So it's corn and mayonnaise and spicy sauce and all those goodies in it. So the combination, I don't know, it tastes kind of like, you know, the Korean rice you get in the ishiyaki bibimbap kind of thing, a bibimbap, which is rice mixed with all these kind of same spices. It basically reminds me of a rice ball based on that. It's got loads of other ingredients like the tasty seaweed. It's slightly salty. It's got a lot of chili flavor. It's creamy, it's got the tuna. The corn is nice and sweet. And normally, to be honest with you, when I buy rice balls, I buy the bigger one. So they're probably about 1.5 times the size of this one. So I thought when I took it out of the bag there, it's kind of small, but because it is packed with flavor, it's actually, it feels like it's much more filling than it looked originally. Let's try a bit more. Now I can definitely see what they're getting at by saying these could become addictive. Just the sweetness, the spiciness, the whole flavor. It's really nice and compact, but it's quite dense. So it all comes together really nicely. And it actually has quite a bit of a kick, which I wasn't really expecting. So that was a very pleasant surprise. Next up, we've got the Yangnyeom cheese Kimbap. It's a bit of a mouthful, that, isn't it? So again, this is going in the Korean theme. If you look at that, you can see at the top it says Yamitsuki Chewy. Beware, you could be addicted to this in a matter of seconds. So I love the, what's it called again? The Yangnyeom chicken. So it's fried chicken, which is like coated in this lovely spicy sweet sauce. So this is the basically like a Korean style sushi roll, and the rice itself is kind of a chili and lovely savory flavor, and inside it is supposed to be stuffed with cheese. Now price wise, this is 397 yen, which is actually pretty expensive in terms of rice balls. I suppose it's not really a rice ball, it's more like a kind of a roll type, but basically it's in the rice section of the convenience store. But 397 yen, it's pretty expensive, and the reason for that is because it contains cheese. Now cheese in Japan is really expensive. It's almost like a luxury item, especially to have good quality cheese. Produce cheese is not so expensive, but basically cheese as a foodstuff is really expensive, which is why I think it has really pushed up the price of this one here. 397 yen, including tax. So let's look at the product description. It's really simple. Addictive combination of spicy Yangnyeom and melting cheese. Okay, so I've heated it up. Oh, it's actually quite warm. Even after just 1 minute, it feels really hot. So let me just open it up here. Oh, we can see the cheese has indeed melted. Can you see that there? So it's not only the cheese on the top, there's cheese on the inside as well, as you will have seen from the video earlier. So let's give it a bit of a sniff. Oh, again, a completely different smell from the previous one. I can smell the sesame oil more in this one because typically these types of Korean sushi rolls, they're kind of, I don't know, soaked in a bit of sesame oil to give them this lovely odor, this lovely smell. And the cheese, so the cheese on the top, it's a bit deceiving really. It doesn't really look like a lot of cheese, but I think you're going to be surprised by the amount of cheese in the middle. So as you can see, there is loads of cheese in these, and let's just go straight in for the first bite. Hope it's not going to be too hot. The cheese is surprisingly creamy. So the inside of these sushi rolls, well not sushi rolls, these rolls, the rice is actually, again, spicy, similar to the one before. It's flavored in the Yangnyeom style, which is a little bit sweeter, but still quite spicy. But it goes really well with the cheese because the creaminess of the cheese really plays really well together with the spiciness. And then you've got the sesame oil and the chili and everything. It's just a really nice combination. Nice. Yeah, plenty of cheese, which is why I said it is quite expensive, because it does contain rather a lot of cheese. So there's no actual meat, and I don't think there's any particular vegetables going through them. So it's just very basic rice, cheese, and seaweed, and all the flavorings. So it's a very simple dish. So you'd imagine, is it going to be filling enough? But I think because it does have cheese, some kind of a dairy in there, it's making it actually pretty filling. So yeah, if you had 1 pack of these and maybe a sandwich or something like for your lunch, I think that would be more than enough. Okay, now we're moving on to the Devil's Rice Ball. What a name. So this one isn't actually going on with the kind of Korean theme, which we had with the previous two. This is more kind of a Japanese styled rice ball because it's themed on kind of tempura flavors. So you can see there's a little character which they've got on the front there, and he is supposed to be a little raccoon, and he is like the devil raccoon. So he's the like the character of these particular series of rice balls. So let's read the product description. It says, a hit product makes a comeback. A simple yet unbeatable combination of tempura bits, tempura sauce, and aonori, which is the green seaweed. So you can see it's nothing to do with Korean food at all. It's all based on the tempura flavorings. And one thing which I think is really cool is it has tempura bits. So that is just basically the batter that they make the tempura. You know, it's like lots of tiny little balls, just like tiny little pieces of fried tempura batter. It's all mixed through it. So that should be pretty satisfying. And yeah, it says it's a hit product, so it's making a comeback. So as with all the convenience stores, products come and products go, and the most successful and popular ones always come back. So this seems to be one of those. So let's burst it open here and see what it's all about. Now, so with these types of rice balls, there's no seaweed like around the edges to hold them together. So they do have a tendency to break up. So you got to be careful when you're eating them sometimes. See, there's no seaweed at all. So let's slip it out here. Now you can see there's little bits of rice, kind of, because you should really eat this in its packaging, but let's have a look anyway. So you can see there's lots of different flavors all mixed in it. See, it's all coming off. So you can see all the bits in it, all the little pieces of fried tempura, the tempura bits, and it's also got tempura sauce mixed through it, and the seaweed. So it smells like, a few videos ago I did a review on the best potato chips from, I think it was from 7-Eleven. It smells like those Norishio potato chips. It smells just like that. Okay, so let's go in for a bite. So this flavor is much saltier and it's more, I don't know, it's got more umami. So the flavor itself, I don't know, it's a much milder taste, and it's a little bit sweeter than the one previously. But as I say, because I took it out of the packaging, it does tend to break up a little bit, so I definitely recommend eating this one in the package. Let's have another taste. Again, this one is much more filling than I had imagined, probably because it's got the tempura bits, it's got maybe a bit of oil through it, kind of like a fried rice flavor, and it's got all the things in it, so it does actually make it much more filling than it looks. Okay, let's go for a rating. I'm going to give the spicy and corn tuna mayonnaise one 5 stars. This one just had so much going on with it. It was easy to eat. Inside it had the creamy tuna and corn, and outside was like the spicy rice. This one was really good, 5 stars. Next one, the roll ones, the spicy roll ones with the cheese and the Yangnyeom sauce. I'm going to give these 4 because the cheese was just lovely and creamy, and it went really well with the spicy Yangnyeom sauce. But I would have preferred to have some kind of vegetable going through it, or possibly even just a little piece of meat or something just to give it more. But it was really, really good. Definitely worth a try. And finally, kind of disappointingly for this one, I'm going to give this one with the tempura bits, the Devil's Rice Bowl, 3 stars. One of the big things which kind of turned me off about this was because it didn't hold together very well, and it started breaking up on me. The flavor-wise, it was really nice. It was a little bit sweet, but I can understand how people could get addicted to these. But yeah, there was a lot going on flavor-wise with this one here, but I'm going to give this 3 stars. There we go. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.